Breaking news! As of today, February the 2nd of 2025, the European AI Act goes into full effect. This means that the EU has declared war on AI, while China and the USA race ahead, leaving us behind. But hey, at least we've got the bottle caps. This really doesn't open really well. Ah, man, this hurts my nose. Damn it, I made myself wet. So let's take a look at our first report we're going to analyze. This one's from the Center for Data Innovation and it's called How Much Will the Artificial Intelligence Act Cost Europe? The AIA will cost the European economy 31 billion euros over the next 5 years and reduce AI investments by almost 20%. So, you know, you can remember how all those European commissioners and everyone in the parliament, they all were so happy that they passed the AI Act. Finally, Europe is competitive. Well, as we can see in this report, it will cost us just a small amount of 31 billion and reduce AI investments by almost 20%. So that's competition, guys. The less companies you have in your continent, the more competitive you are. A European SME that deploys a high-risk AI system will incur compliance costs of up to 400,000 euros, which would cause profits to decline by 40%. So you can see how businesses that start into AI, how much costs they can accrue and how hard this will cause their profits to fall. So simply to say, it's not worth it to get into AI as a startup on the continent of Europe. But hey, at least look at this beautiful compliance cap. It complies so well with the regulations. I love Europe. Some of us even call this the CCP, the compliance cap. The best model. Let's take a look at this very timely article from the Wall Street Journal called The Darkening Skies Over Europe's Economy. And let's hear what the Siemens CEO has to say about the AI Act regulations. The only aspect of AI where Europe leads is its regulation, like the AI law passed last year. The AI regulation is sometimes so contradictory that you don't even know how to fulfill it, said Roland Busch, chief executive of German technology company Siemens. Well, isn't that great? We may not lead in anything else AI, but at least we lead in regulation. And it's also so transparent that notable CEOs just call it the most confusing mess they've ever seen. It's just great. Now we're at digitalstrategy.ec.europa.eu. It's just an article about the AI Act and it's just funny. Like we can see the risk-based approach with 4 tier levels of risk. This whole high-risk framing AI as risk when it's essentially just smart maths at this point is just crazy. If we're 500 years behind China and the US, it's no problem. At least I got a bottle cap. I mean, who'd... Let's go into this briefing from the European Parliament. This is where it gets really crispy, really good. Mark Andreessen would love this. The EU, they capped the limit of AI compute power that you can have. So there's a limit. If your AI cluster is too strong, you're just banned. Goodbye. This is Eliezer Yudkowsky type level of stupidity here. Systemic risk GPAI obligations. GPAI models with high impact capabilities could pose a systemic risk and have a significant impact on the internal market due to their reach and their actual or reasonably foreseeable negative effects on public health, safety, public security, fundamental rights, or the society as a whole. Here we need to pull back the propaganda a bit because, okay, we see, public health, safety, public security, fundamental rights, blah, 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 blah. But again, they're not talking about specific outcomes. They're just talking about computing power here. It could be that you're making the strongest AI for baking bread, but if it's too strong, you will still get banned. Doesn't matter. They would say, oh man, it's so strong, you're baking bread AI that teaches people how to bake bread. is too strong, and that's why it would have a detrimental effect on public health, safety, public security, fundamental rights, or society as a whole. If the model is trained using a total computing power exceeding 10 to the power of 25 flops, i.e. floating point operations per second. When this threshold is met, the presumption will be that the model is a GPAI model posing systemic risks. Perfect. If you just go above a certain flops rate, your model will just get banned. Doesn't matter for what it is. Just tell me, which AI company would want to set foot in this continent if we have things like that? This is a security concern. If we fall behind in this in Europe, and China and USA, they race away, we can just forget our defense systems. We can just give up and say, okay, the EU, it's not a place for innovators anymore. It's just a museum of the world. Let's forget all this talk about growth and prosperity if we have people that limit computing power. But hey, at least I can drink my bottle in peace. That hurt! Ever wondered why your iPhone doesn't have any AI features in Europe, or you don't have any access to the best video generation model, Sora by OpenAI? Because bottle caps! No, I'm just joking. It's not because of bottle caps. I mean, in a way it kinda is. Apple, Meta and Google all delayed or withheld some AI product features from Europe out of regulatory concerns. Ah man, it's just sweet, isn't it? It's just sweet. It's just, I gotta love it. I love it so much. Love it living in Europe and not using AI every day. If I have to use AI, I'll need to put some money into a VPN service and have very slow connection. And even then it's not guaranteed that I have access to those AI tools. While Chinese and American students speed away at the speed of light, I don't do anything but stare at the bottle cap. To have AI or to have a bottle cap? That is here the question. And the European youth must answer it.